was all set up and I wasn't. Welcome. I hope everyone's head is okay after that little tumble. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I was obviously not extremely prepared because one, I'm running late, and two, my camera wasn't in the right spot. So welcome to my live. Now, a lot of people say, what is being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? Basically, I'm a paper crafter. I am a card maker, and I sell the products that I share with you guys, and I come onto YouTube once a week, Facebook once a week, and I share what I do making cards with you guys, different techniques, how I make things. So sorry, I've got messages coming up on my phone, so not helpful when I'm live. It's been a morning, guys. It has been a morning. Hello, Miss Heather. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are well. So today I was showing last video, which is uploaded here on YouTube. It was over on Facebook. I made this card over the weekend with my team leader. She had a bit of a creative, it was called Creative Escape, and it was a day event with her team, which I was able to attend, and so were a couple of people on my team, which is an advantage of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And we made one of these cards. Hey, Miss Cheryl. And everyone said, I want you to show that. So what I'm going to do, I've grabbed out the masks, and this is a whole set of masks, and I'll show them to you to play with. And this paper, and I was showing you the card upside down before, so you know, having a special moment. We've used, in the card she made, the Simply Marbleous paper, which is this pack here, and it is free at the moment. So if you spend $90 in an order with Stampin' Up! In Australia, you get that totally free, which is fantastic. And I thought I'd pair it in a different way to what I did on the weekend with the masks. And I just thought, hey, we'll have a play, and if I make a card, we'll make a card. If not, I'll show you some of the fun things that I think we can do with the paper and show you some of the mistakes. Now, the big thing is I made mistakes with this card, so I've got an edge here which I'm not very happy with, and I'm going to show you some really easy, simple ways to stop having these mistakes. Look, tried to make it something creative, which is great, but yeah, we can stop these things happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip you guys around. I'm going to share this video out so we can have a couple more friends join us live. And if you are joining me on the replay, please make sure you say hi so I know you're here. I love interacting with you guys and hearing what you say, because I do ask a lot of questions and I ask your opinions during my live videos, and I just like to hear what you guys think, because every stamper, every crafter has very different opinions, very different tastes, and I like hearing what everyone else has to think. So let's flip around. I need to turn off my overhead light, and I need to share this video. So I would love to hear from you while I do all of those things. Who already has the butterflies and flowers masks, and who, hey Trish, thanks for joining, and who has the Simply Marbleous paper? Because the Simply Marbleous paper is gorgeous, and I have used it on another one of my videos. I used it doing the otters, and I still actually have a rogue otter hanging around here that I need to use in a card, so that might be coming up really, really soon that I can make another project with it. I'll have to think of something super cool to do with it, but that is the plan. He's just sitting on my desk and he keeps on taunting me that I need to be used. And it's like, yes, 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 you will. You will. Hey, Margine, sorry, I didn't see you. You have several packs of the paper, do you? Is that a oops, or is that you love it so much? You need to have multiple packs. Sorry, just now my computer isn't playing ball, which isn't quite that fun. Okay, create in Facebook. Okay. And I am very happy to report we haven't had rain in 2 days here at my house, and I know many of you are suffering from quite cold weather. We have now very warm weather, which has been seasonally unusual because our summer has actually been really quite cool here, which I'm not having much fun. I love the cool, but when it got really hot yesterday and it's warm out there again today, I'm there going, oh no, please. Because I really liked the mild temperatures. I could have done without the humidity because of all the rain, but that's okay. Okay. We're almost there, guys, and I will get into this. And, yep, okay. I think we're good. I will see if I can see you guys, which I can. You need to make sure you don't run out, Margine. I like that. Hello, Miss Bev. How are you? Okay. The masks. So these are actually mini masks. So these are the size of our previous sets, which I want to say, let me grab my handy dandy Stampin' Up ruler here. Oh my dear word, I can't even grab it. Okay, so it is, they are pretty much 6 by 6, and these ones are, I want to say they are 6 by 4.5. So these actually, I'm pretty sure, fit quite nicely over a card front. Now, I'm talking about a worldwide card front, not just an A4 card. Now, let me grab this piece of paper out. So you get, we'll count how many, but you get a lot of masks in this. So we get a couple of backgrounds. So we get the nice vine, which, so these are the masks we've had before. We get the really nice damask, which I love. Just gonna pop that there. And we get the daisies. So they're the 3 backgrounds that we get, which are beautiful. And we know all about those. It's just the card sizes. Now, these are the layering dies that we now have. So we have some flowers, and we have our gorgeous butterfly. And I will, oh, that's not good, Heidi, that I didn't get notifications. Jeez. Yeah, she was trying to find me, so I was messaging her at the same time. So these two masks, and we've got some flowers that layer together to make some beautiful images. So I'm going to show you both. If you want me to show you, I can show you how to use the backgrounds, and I can show you how to use these style as well. That's okay. I was happy. I was sharing the link out, so you were just one more paste in my very quick sharing to my team and on my Facebook page. So you tell me if you'd like me to do this. Now, I just did want to show you on the back of this card that indeed these masks fit the whole card front, which just makes me happy because the US standard card and our standard card are very different. Hello, Miss Sheila. How are you? Now, I actually want to do some of the masking onto the Marbleous paper. So, I want to choose some colours that we might like to use. Now, this is full of many various colours in here, and we get 4 sheets of everything. Now, I think I'd really like to use the purple combo. And I'm thinking that for the butterfly, and I'm thinking the yellow for some flowers, and, oh, no. Yellow and pink, and purple, and the blue. So we've got those 2 colour combos. So that's what I'm thinking of, and I've got the greys as my neutral. So I'm kind of using everything, except I'm using the green blues, not the blue blues. So there is a difference, and I will show you. I'll just leave this piece, and they are all 6 by 6, and the colour combos are actually on the back. So my colour combos are chosen for me today, which is a lot of fun. So we've got Balmy Blue, Basic Grey, Blushing Bride, Bumblebee, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, and So Saffron. So I'm actually going to take this backing piece and just keep it handy at the back there, and I'm going to pop this paper in. I'm just looking here thinking of what my next move is, and what I think I'm going to do is keep it really, really simple and start with my butterfly. Okay, and I'm going to grab those 2 colours that we were just talking about, the 2 purples. I'm going to grab my Highland Heather, and I'm going to grab my Gorgeous Grape. I'm also going to grab, and I need to take my to-do list off because no one needs to see my to-do list, and I'm going to grab my post-it notes. Stick my to-do list onto my bench. I just have a perk of being a demonstrator. I get to have a look at these logo products. So this is just a whole mixed sheet of post-it notes. So we get a nice long one, 2 flag ones, and 2 square ones. So I am going to be using these today just to help me mask off and to hold my mask. Now, how am I going to get ink onto these? I am going to use my blending brushes, but I need to find my purple one. My purple one would be just here, but I'm going to keep both packets down. Oh, thank you. That was my appointment this morning. We went a bit crazy with my nails this morning. I saw something on Pinterest and I just had to replicate it. So I kind of did. That's where I went this morning. I do want a messy mat. Just want to pop these things off to the side. Now this one, sponging on this reminds me of satin or water. This side, it's not quite what I want. I want the subtlety of the coloured marble side. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to kind of pop it down here. Now I do happen to have, I do wonder if I can pick that off. Yes, I can. So I often have painter's tape hanging around, and painter's tape has always been my friend. Now, these masks have a matte side and a shiny side, so I like to work with the matte side facing me. So I'm just going to pop this here, and what I want to do, now this has been used for other things and has lost quite a lot of its stick. So I just want to pop that there, and I'm just going to take some post-it notes, and what I want to do is just mask off a couple of the images and probably this side. Now, it doesn't matter if it doesn't stick down properly, because I am going to try very hard not to get over these edges, although that one wasn't stuck down ideally. So this long one is quite good, although I know what I want to do, but, and then I probably just want two down here so I don't transfer into where the other butterfly or the detail of the butterfly is. So I know somewhere around here I have full backed sticky post-it notes, but can I for the life of me tell you where they are? And the answer is no. So I have left just the part I actually want to add ink onto, and that's what I want to do. Hey Shaz, how are you? Thanks, girls. I'm glad you like my nails. I did. I really went out of my comfort zone this time. Just wanted to be bright and bold and add a bit of colour. Okay, so this is the brush that I use for all my purples. So I'll be using it for both my purples today. Just want to ink this up. And what I do tap a bit of the excess off. And then I just come in, tap a little bit of the excess off. Now, it doesn't look, well, except for when you do that, but luckily that moved, but I do have it very, very firmly taped down at the top. So it was just this that moved. So when I lift this up, you can see my butterfly. Now I can have a quick look and go, I just want a little bit more color here in the corner, and I'm not being incredibly particular, nor am I adding a whole lot of ink, because I really want this I really want the grain to show through. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm just going to remove my Post-its, which I will reuse. And I am going to now line this piece up where I would like to add my detail. So what I'm actually looking at is these 3 stripes in the middle of the body. So they're the bits I really want to line up. And then I'm going to go again, and I'm going to put this mask down the side, because that eliminates any of the ink coming off the edge. And I'm going to mask the bottom here. Now it doesn't matter that I've already got purple ink on there, because I'm using purple ink anyway. And the fact now I'm using a darker purple ink is going to work really, really well. So now we just have our detail, And I'm going to come in with Gorgeous Grape. And I did, oh no, it's the grain. I'm looking at it and the grain's a bit weird. Now, I don't need to clean my brush in between. But what I do want to do is just come in circular motions and add in our detail. So, okay, one side is darker than the other at this stage, but I think okay, I think I'm done. Let's lift it and see where I'm sitting at. Oh, I'm in love. Look at that. That looks awesome. I'm very, very happy. I do have a tiny bit of a shadow here where I haven't been so careful, but I think I'm the only one that is currently noticing that. So I'm just going to pop this piece off to the side for a second. I'm just going to gather together all of these bits, and I'm just going to show you how I very quickly clean this off. So this was already stained purple. I've now stained it a darker purple. So just to remove any excess ink, I just run it across my scrap piece of paper. And I am now getting next to no ink off this, so I can put this aside ready for my next purple project. Now, while I'm closing these, I'll check the comments. Oh, thank you. I know. Someone did tell me about Ruth's live earlier, and I went, oh, I am using that paper, but I'm using it in a very, very different way. So I'm using 4 pieces, maybe 5, but in a really, really different way. Now, we've used this mask as well. I'm just going to remove this tape, and I'm going to show you how to really, really quickly clean off all the ink from our mask. Now, I know a lot of you have seen me use our chamois to clean my photopolymer stamps. Now, I also use this to clean my masks. So I literally run it over. I did get a little ink transferring onto my mat here, but it's a mat that I actually really do need to change. So that is all clean. You can use a baby wipe, but what I find when you use a baby wipe is it gets caught on their sharp edges, and or not that they're sharp, but they're pointed edges, and it does leave fibers, and I don't want those fibers because then I have to remove them, and that takes time and effort, and yeah, just easier to use our chamois. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. I'm thinking this might make a really, really nice piece on a landscape card. Just out there for thinking at the moment, because that is a really nice piece. Then I can pop it onto here with a sentiment. This is what I'm thinking. So kind of want to make that there, and we can decide if I want to add any extra color. So whether I want to add, and I mean color by a mask, on this piece. So I haven't got a card base yet because that's kind of not how my brain works, but it definitely needs maybe a piece of gorgeous grape underneath. Oh, that's Highland Heather. That's not helpful. Wrong colour family, Ellen. If you're my gorgeous grape, where would you be hiding? Because you are not. There we go. It didn't look like gorgeous grape for a second. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Those pieces are not wide enough, so I need to cut into a brand new piece, and it's going to be really easy to make one side a card front and one side a scrap, because I think I need, it doesn't help that I have two pieces. Put one back in. So I kind of want it, I'll cut it at 10.5 because that will create a side folding landscape card. And just let me check the height of this. It's like 7.5. Okay, so that's fine. Someone remember 7.5, because I want to do 7 and 7.9. That gives me a 2 mil gap the whole way around. And then what I want to do is like that. So I'm adding, no, this is 10. So I want to go there. Just take a slither. I love that our trimmer will cut a 1 millimeter slither like that with no issues, no burring, just perfect. Okay, comments. I know. Margine, that works as well, but my water's way too far away. You never thought of using the chamois. I'm so glad I could help. I know, and we have, and my nail lady, we want to use these two colours again next time, but do something different. So she thought of it, I agreed, and I've got to remind her because she's got like 80 odd clients. So this is, so matte on here. I'm liking this, and I'll like it even better when I get a sentiment on here. And maybe I just go for this card base as well. So I did have a card base, you know, all the purples. I'm pro purple, very pro purple actually in this household. Although I'm not wearing any purple today. I do have like, it's called Frosted Grape, the purple in my nails, and it's my nail lady and mine, one of our favourites. But I like it because it's like a pink purple. So don't fight me on that because it is a purple because it's called Frosted Grape. Okay, my replay screen, I can see all your comments, but my replay screen is just buffering. Okay. I'm not minding that, and I think I want to add some more of this darker blue. And I'll work out what colour that is off our little list here. I think Coastal or Pool Party. I want to add that in with the sentiment. So that's kind of where I'm going for, but I've shown you that. Now I want to go in and show you the flowers. Okay, so tell me what you're thinking of this so far. Just checking to see if my computer hasn't done anything funky. No, it hasn't. Just YouTube is not playing nicely for me, but as long as I can see your comments, you're loving those colors. Okay, I'm thinking of definitely using the pinks on this piece, and our pinks are Blushing Bride and Flirty Flamingo. Now they're two colors I probably wouldn't put together. So that's Flirty Flamingo, and let's go Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride. So I've got these two. Now my Blushing Bride has faded. Trust me, it is pink, and it's fine. And I do have a soft pink. I've got a very dark pink, but I've also got a very soft pink handle here. So I normally have a handle for every color, but some of the soft and lights I do separate out. Oh, I'm glad you're liking it, Trish. I'm just kind of going with it. So we need our flowers, and these are the flowers I want to use. Now you could mask off and make these 4 flowers totally different colors. I am not going to do that, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in these 2 flowers and maybe add some yellow onto the pink and just add a bit of color that way, and then I will add some greenery as well and show you how to do that. Yes, Margine, I mean everyone does something a little bit differently. So what I'm thinking already is that I give this a bit of a measure here. If I make this like 7 centimeters, then I know the parameters in which I am working. And I'm using the less detailed, more detailed. I'm using less detail this time, even though I love the detail through our butterfly. Not going there this time. Okay, popping this here. I think I like this one on the bottom. Okay, now my tape is going to go at the top here, and I actually need to do a lot less masking on this piece, and I am going to reuse the ones I had before just because. Okay, I can't see any of my video replay at the moment, girls, so if anything is awry, please just sing out, but I can absolutely see your comments, which is good. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to load this up, tap it off, and I'm going to go in with a light hand to start off with. Just get that colour everywhere, and whoops, do just want to keep that corner covered and just keep going. Right, and I move that mask just a titch. That's okay. Give that a burnish down, and then that shouldn't happen again. Oh no, that's right. I always freak when I see this one, thinking, have I done it the right way? And I have. Just adding a bit of colour. Now, it always looks like you've added like no colour at all. But trust me, when we lift it up, we have added a whole lot of colour. And that is beautiful by itself. But what we are going to do we are going to line this up. Now, the trick to lining this up is getting these circles in the middle of both patterns correct. And you also shouldn't be able to see any of your white lines, or minimal amounts of your white lines. I'm trying to hold and pull this off my hand at the same time. It's proving a little difficult. Okay, please excuse David moaning and groaning. He coughed. Then he sighed. I don't think he slept very well last night. So going to mask that side, and I just want to mask these two flowers. Although I will use them soon, I do not want to use them in those spaces, nor do I want to use them just yet. So these will also serve as my holding on pieces. And
I can't really say.
No, you can't. I know, right, Cheryl? I know. So all good. I was trying to juggle actually holding it and not losing it all at the same time. Okay. Once again, I'm not cleaning my brush or anything because I'm going from a light one pink to the other. Now I'm going all the way over this because we're going to have all these flowers pink. Now I can see where a couple of my lighter areas already are, but not doing anything super fancy or super special. That's done. And then we have our big ta-da moment. Just let these go off to the side. And then we have our ta-da. Although, what I do want to come in and do, and I'm going to tempt fate here, I'm just going to pop this one back down. And I do just want to add a little bit more pink in here and a little bit more pink up here. I can just see from when I lifted it where I wanted more of that colour. And I just want to pounce a little bit in there. I don't want them to be super perfect, but I did want them to be a bit more coloured than what they were. And ta-da, we have that one. So now I'm probably going to grab a little bit of pear pizzazz to add some greenery. And I'm going to get, what are our yellows? So I've just cleaned that off, so the excess has also gone. Close these up, and I maybe just want to add, because we've got 4 flowers. 4 flowers is nice, but 5 flowers will look amazing and bring in that yellow from the other paper that we're going to use. And I'm thinking I may even use the other side of the paper. Thank you, Heidi. Oh yes, it absolutely is ta-da worthy. But while I'm here and while I have this mask, because we don't want to be contaminating the pinks into the yellows, I am just going to, I love that squeaky sound. Such a clean sound. Okay, do that. So that is mostly clean. I did a bad job on that end. Okay, I've got all of that. Oh, that's what I forgot to do this time. I want to see live chat, just to make sure we don't have any gremlins, because we've been there and done that before. Okay, so we want, I'm thinking I want this flower nesting in here. I think so. So just want one pop and hint of yellow in here. So I think I'm going to be smart, nest it like in there, and I'm going to tape the mask, the paper, and my backing paper all at once, because hey, let's work smart, not hard. Our yellow just so saffron. So that may mean we are just building colour. So saffron, there we go. So it's only giving me one. So we're going to see how this one goes. I do have, don't ask what that was, guys, because that was the blending brushes on the ground. I do have a yellow orange one. So what I will do first, nothing in on there. And I just want to mask this one off and mask that one off. Hold everything down. Louise is obviously doing something wrong. So just add our yellow, just lightly, nothing too out of the gate. So I've just added that, and then I'm going to go in with more on our detail. So I think I need to, you can just really line this up apparently not. Maybe this isn't the one that it goes with. Maybe it's this one over here. Is it this one? Yes. No. No. Ah, helps if I use it the right way around. Not that one. Is it that one? Yes. It's that one. So, grabbing my tape, and I'm going to tape over here, which means I'm probably going to have to go back in with that detail. Now, I have a lot more masking here to do because of all of these pieces. So everything has a friend. And this one right here. Okay, we are all good to go. And if I had bigger and better working hands, that would be even better. But alas, I do not. I think I definitely have to go in with the detail a little bit more. Okay. Although it does look pretty nice. I think I do want to go in with that detail a little bit more. And I'm thinking I might even go freehand, because literally how I want to get this colour on is by pouncing. So I'm just going to hold it here. I'm just going to literally just ink up just the top portion. I'm just going to pounce it on. Now that gives me more definition, which is exactly what I wanted, and I didn't go outside the bounds of the mask, which was even better. So that is that cleaned. Oh, good night, Shaz. I shall see you next time. Now, whilst this looks pretty, we are really calling for some greenery. So it's lovely, but it just needs a bit of a pop with the green. So I said pear pizzazz because I think if we used soft sea foam, I think it really would be way too light. Now I have this. There are no leaves on this one. There are no leaves on that one. I do have leaves here. Now what I was thinking is these leaves do actually, I'm pretty sure they match. See, I haven't worked out how they match, but apparently they do. I haven't worked it out, but they apparently do. But what I thought I would do is just do a little bit of pouncing and no masking off, and seeing how I do. So please pray for me, because I'm going a bit rogue and just being very just trying. You could also use sponge daubers for this, but I just prefer the feel of our masks. Okay, so I've got, see the greenery, it works. It works. So I think I might want one coming out from that yellow flower. Yeah. See, one coming out from there. Just want to choose maybe down here. And you can line up the curves, which is pretty cool. I think 3. That looks really good. I'll cut it off the top, and then this corner will be our thinking corner, and we've got our poppy yellow. So hopefully you guys all agree with what I've just done. And I've saved you from my mistakes on the first one. Okay, let me just close this, because we all know this could just spell disaster. Get rid of all my masks, because I think I have finished masking with those. I can reuse this piece, so that just goes up on my cabinet above me, and I've just got a little bit of chamois cleaning to do. So I can use them, I can be neat and tidy and quick. So there's that, and then I used these ones. All clean, all ready to rock. And these won't take long to dry because we've cleaned them like damply. We haven't done a whole lot of water. Would you believe I am yet to use a stamp? I have used an ink pad, but no stamp. Now I'm thinking, do I want to leave this? I might I'm not cutting that down yet. Executive decision. Let me get rid of this gorgeous great cardstock, because it's about to get in the way. I can get rid of the post-it notes because I'm pretty sure I'm finished with those. I do need to trim it back down because I just want to trim this piece up just a tinge, creating some beautiful scraps. And somewhere around there. But what I'm thinking is we may want to use this side. No, it just reminds me of a piece of satin. Tell me what you think this piece reminds you of. I don't know that I like them on top of each other. So would you go for the dark side or marble side? I don't know. Oops. Just going to see. I feel this piece needs a bit of a matte. And of course, because that yellow is getting really, really lost. So I'm going to see whether the Floaty Flamingo or the Blushing Bride will look nicer. I do just have a scrap piece of Blushing Bride, of Floaty Flamingo. I'm thinking that's maybe a little too bright. So let's go Blushing Bride. And I have a card base and I have a card front. So let's see here. I know it's not the same, but just having a play. Okay. Because I like, do you know what? I'm thinking a So Saffron card base. I don't think that works at all. You know, same is sometimes nice. Just going to give it a bit of an audition, doing same on same. That looks good. Yes. So I'm going to create the So Saffron card base very, very quickly. So just our A4, I score it in the middle lengthways, which for us is 10.5. Nice score. And then that just does not look right. It is right though. Doesn't look right. And then cut it at 14.8 and a smidge. And we have the card base, and I have one for later because future me always thanks past me when I have a card base ready to rock and roll. Hello Janine, how are you? Right, now I'm going to put the Floaty Flamingo away because we decided, we didn't actually decide, but I can pop this up here and sticking out so I haven't got so much on my desk because I need to be able to work. Okay. Okay. I do like the flirty. Everything pops really nicely on the Floaty Flamingo. Now I made this 7, so I'll make this like 725. Yes, I like that matte. 7.25, and then I will start looking at sentiments that we can use. And if I can use one sentiment set for both of these, I think that will suit us to the ground. So if anyone could suggest some sentiments. See, I love the sentiments in flowing flowers, or I could be really cheeky and use bragworthy. So while I adhere a couple of pieces, you can tell me which ones you think will work best. You vote for the dark side. Of course you vote for the dark side, Cheryl. I'd expect nothing less. And look, my new glue from last video is working beautifully. So I haven't actually crafted since last video. The kids have gone back to school and life has kind of imploded back to the craziness that is my life. So that's why I relish doing these videos with you, because if I make nothing else, what? That was a big wobble. If I make nothing else, I've at least made something with you guys. Okay. Sending a card instead of a text. See, I like that on that's an envelope sentiment for me, but because you said it, do you know what? That would sit really nicely nested in there. So that actually works, Bev. No, it's not too wide. It's perfect. So we're using flowing flowers and we're just going to make the other sentiment work. And what I'm thinking is I do want to use my basic grey, because that will look really classy and keep the softness that we've already created in this card. I think this is going to be my favourite card of the day, guys. The butterfly I like, but I don't know. I may need to change the card base on that card. I think that might make a bit of a difference. Now, I need that scrap piece of paper back. Just let me try that again. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Now, here's praying I get it straight, eh? And I don't drop it. Deep breaths. Ink, ink, ink. And stamp, stamp, stamp. It's down. It's going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to be beautiful. Love that. Thank you, Bev, for that suggestion. Sending a card instead of a text. It's an all occasions card. Absolutely an all occasions card, because you can say for your birthday or whatever in there, and that is perfect. You're terrible, Cheryl. Terrible, terrible. Okay, now let's choose if we're going dark side for Cheryl or not. See, now I've got it on the So Saffron card base. I actually prefer the light side, because it just, although I do love the dark side, Cheryl, I just think because I chose the So Saffron card base, it's just going to work better. Now, I need to glue this onto here, and I do want to offset it so then we see some of that grain, but I've just got to choose which side I'd like to see. I think I want to see this side with the fine delicate grain. Okay, and I just want it the height of the card front, not the card base, So we're going to do it this way. I think that's about how much I will be cutting off at the top. If not, I can always slide more glue underneath. And I'm thinking maybe a couple of like pearls that I colour in, like, I do have, I've got Flirty Flamingo, so I can colour a couple of pearls, whoops, to just finish off this card. It's actually very soft and beautiful. Da, 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 da. Let's pull this off, please. Because I moved it ever so slightly, now it's really not being my friend. And now my hands have the shakes. Okay, that's better. Much, much, much better. We're butt up against the bottom. And I'm just going to trim off this excess at the top, and then this whole piece can go on. I know, but I was having a look, even the matte dots. Yes, I could use the grey, the grey matte dots. Okay, I like that we've got the white space, we've got all the pinks, we've picked up the yellow. The green is just there for an accent. We don't need to repeat the green, because I know the parameters of where this piece is going. I'm going to make life very easy for myself and just put glue on the card base. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the embellishing till the very, very end. I'm going to embellish both cards together. But yes, the grey, and I will grab them out now. Oh, do you know what, we could use the brass butterflies that I can never say, or we've got the classic matte dots. Okay, so we've got brushed brass butterflies or classic matte dots for that one. And close these scissors before I do something silly and bring back in this card. Now I like this like purple on purple kind of thing that I've done here. I'm not loving the gorgeous grape, so I think I might repeat it and look at Pool Party for my background. Just going to pop this back in here, close my saffron, grab, that's balmy, that's mint, that must be Pool. Right. So, I know it's the wrong orientation, but see, I'd need to go coastal if I went that side, but I kind of like the softness. I really like the other side, but I just haven't found a place to use it. Now that is a lot more calming. And I'm thinking I'm going, ooh, I have something that I have already stamped from Flowing Flowers. And it's that. And pre-done. I had it for another project and I didn't use it. I think I'm liking that. Oh yes, please remember to thumbs up everyone. I totally forgot about that when I started because I dropped my phone and I was all kerfuffled after that. Ah, Bev, I'm with you now. I'm with you now, yes. Although I love the luminancy of those, but I haven't tried colouring these classic matte dots. So I can give them a go. I think I'm going to go straight onto here. So do you like the brushed brass butterflies? I'm going to have trouble to saying that the whole time we have them, you know. Okay, now glue this down. I was just deciding what I wanted to cover up and what I didn't. And I'm using like basically no white cardstock so far. None. None. I am going to glue these together. Oh my god, like look at that purple on the back. To die for. Okay. Wiggle that in. And I am thinking I would like to use a touch of vellum with this. So I'm going to, because this is technically out of my use it up box. I'm going to see what bitty bobs I have in here that I can use and just grab out. So I do have something in here that I can see the corner of, and I think might work beautifully. I can see it. I can't grab it. Maybe I can. So this is just a punched piece. So this is our everyday label punch. But if you have a look at that on the blue, that just sits. Actually, I'll show it to you on the back of this. So you've got your vellum, and I just dropped the thank you. I've lost it. Oh, no, I haven't. I found it. And the thank you just fits so beautifully on there. So I'm going to grab out some dimensionals to add the thank you on, and we'll see how we go from there. So we're going to need our normals and our minis, and then that'll give us a piece to place and work out where we want. Thank you, Bev. Thank you for thumbs upping on your way in. My handy dandy utility scissors are, okay, hands up, who stole them? No one stole them. My basic grey ink stole them, which I thought was a bit rude. Okay, so we have one of these. We have, I'm going to put a couple of these on. Have you ever tried to cut your minis in half? I'm not going to today, but you can, to get an even smaller shape. So I've got that. I can pop my doodads off to the side. I love having them available and ready to use. I'm going to use my take your pick to grab the backs of all of these. I really didn't think this was how any of these cards were going today, but hey, here we are. No, I really do need to do this on the darker cardstock. But I just can't believe how well this thank you fits in there. I shall endeavour to remember that, because it's a good, just stamp it on a piece of paper, then punch it out. Actually going to use my scissors And my scissors will be an extension of my hands to get this into the place where I would like it. And obviously, because the top part of the T is so wide, I'll probably pop a little cluster of embellishments here. Okay. Now, how are we going for time? 20 past. It's been, oh, I started late. It's okay. I started late, so that's okay. Now, I don't mind going over the corner of this, but I'm thinking I want to pop this up on dimensionals. Now, I am actually, yeah, that is a dead dimensional. That just needs to go in the bin because the backer fell off from another piece and it fell on the wrong way, which means I'm never going to get the backer off. So I like to go 4 corners and in the middle because we don't like saggy middles. I already own one of those, and that's okay, just who I am. I don't need to replicate that on my cards. So I think I'm going the double in the middle just because it just gives us a little bit more stability on the large piece. Okay. This piece is not wanting to go. Okay. Now, although, if I have it over here, it's like flying off the card, where if I put it over here, it's flying into the card. And that's fairly straight. And then I just need to work out where I need my dimensional. No. It's kind of following a diagonal as because of where I put the butterfly. That is kind of wanting me to pop it up there. I'm going to see if the full dimensional will fit where I need it. No, it kind of won't. So I'm just going to use a couple of minis again. I do actually have half a dimensional there that I can call on if I need to. I don't think so. And I'm going to put a glue dot on here because I would prefer not to use any wet glue, and it's going to be the correct height because this is on dimensionals. Okay, just need one of those. They can go over there. Take our backers off. Okay. Now I could have also added some pattern with our card front pieces of masks, but today I just decided not to, and to try and keep it simple. Now this piece of vellum is naturally going to just flop down because there's nothing there, and I say nothing yet because I may, so no one said brush brass, no one said brushed brass butterflies, so we're going to go with our classic matte dots. Okay, so I'm going to try our light floaty flamingo for this card. I'm just going to try one. Yes, actually, I may even want to go. That just went. Okay, I totally lost that cap. I can tell you it's right behind a box. Please bear with me and my T-square ruler while I go under my desk. I wouldn't ordinarily worry, but I do because it's an alcohol marker and I really would prefer it not to dry out. So I'll replace that cap. I will grab our dark floaty flamingo and see, I almost coloured my white shirt there. That's better. And I probably really only need 3. So I'm just going to colour 3 to start off with. I'm going to let those dry off. And they're going to match perfectly because we have our amazing matching colours. And I think I'm going to use the grey for this because we have used so many bright colours on this. I think the grey will just calm it down just a little bit. So, and maybe I didn't choose fantastic placement for that one. Just going to slide that one off and just pop it a little more up there. Take this one and pop it down there. So that's a little better. And what I think I'm going to see if I can do is pop my little part dimensional. Let's see if I can take this backing piece off, which I can't. Now it's stuck to my finger. I think you guys can see where I'm going here. I'm even thinking of cutting it in half. Again, now I am not cutting my finger here, trust me. I think that piece will do nicely. And if you can see it a little bit ho-hum, but you can't see it, and I have now lifted that piece up, which makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going in with, I've got 2 there. You know what, I'm really, that is a bit too pink. So I'm actually going to calm it off with the light. It's okay. I changed my mind and I can. And I'm just going to take off that darker just by scribbling it out. Much happier. I've kind of got a mix of the light and the dark now. I'll let those just dry off a titch. Just going to put a couple down here just to get our, of course now it's upside down, come on, right, and just one more. Okay, I like that. That grey just, instead of your eyes fighting everywhere, we've got grey, grey and grey just as grounding, so with the basic grey. Okay, so now we're going to go into here, and I just want to put my little cluster just up here. And I think I'm calling those two absolutely done. Hello, Miss Glenna. How are you? Sorry, I missed you popping in. Okay, so let's have a look at what I've used. We actually haven't used a whole lot today. We've used our masks. I will come back another day and I'll use our background masks. So I've used the butterfly and the flowers today. I've used the sentiments from the flowing flowers. I've used the classic matte dots. I've used our Simply Marvelous paper, and I will gather together all of these masks. They do not want to gather together. They want to get caught in each other. So I have used the masks. So let's see if I can get that a little better here. Yes, that is everything we've used and the 2 cards. So I really do hope that I have given you some how-tos and some what not to do's on how to use our decorative masks. So I also used all of the blending brushes. So I just used 3 blending brushes as well. And fortuitous that it does come in a set of 3 in a bag, and I've used 3 colours today. So to reproduce this kind of project, you just need 1 set of the blending brushes. So if you would like to purchase any of these products and you're in Australia, I'd love for you to shop with me. My shop link is below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment or send me a personal message. My blog post is also there. Oh, you love them both, Janine. Thank you. Thank you. I'm much happier with this, adding the grey and the vellum. I think, yeah, I was starting to look at it going, I don't know how to bring this back, but I think the grey just grounded that one beautifully. If you would like to join my team and the inspiration I got, I'm going to try and find this card now because I've thrown so much over here. Aha, it's hiding under here. So this is where the inspiration from these projects came from. I did a creative day with my team leader, and I went, I made some mistakes on this. I need to show you guys how not to make these mistakes, and that's how these cards came together. So if you want to join my team at the moment, you can get 2 free stamp sets, but of course if you didn't want to do that, I would love for you to shop with me. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Tuesday over on Facebook for another live video, and just make sure you go over there and you like and follow my page to hopefully get notifications, because apparently notifications weren't working today on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.